Everybody, Bruce here, and I have been running a series of videos on how you can take your book and create other additional products out of it. So that's been my message that I've been doing for a little while here, getting ready for this summit that I'm up in. So and you find the gold in your book, and you can create workbooks and checklists and all kinds of stuff. But one of the questions that has come up that people ask about is the fiction book. What do I do with a fiction book? And so I said, well, you can, if you're going someplace, you can go there, record, like maybe you wrote your book and set it in Italy, where you can when you go to Italy, do your research, you can, make up a guide, a travel guide for Italy, or maybe it's a food book, or maybe you just take the T-shirt and just make a club out of it, or do something like that that relates to something that you're talking about. The person's a cook in the book, then you do that. If the person rides horses, we do something around horses. But I just wanted to show you an amazing example of what I'm talking about, and what you can do with a fiction book, just because it so fits, and also what this person did ties so well to the things that I have also done. So it gives me lots of ideas of what I can do with my books. So I'm just going to show you. This is I've talked about on and off before. I have mentioned Joanna Penn. So this is Joanna Penn is a in fact, what I should do here, I'm just going to bring up her website. Creative Penn. She is all right, here, let me just get her site, because it's pretty cool what she has done. So Joanna Penn is an English writer. She writes fantasy books, fiction books, all that kind of stuff. And she's really well respected. In fact, let me show you. I'm going to take this one out. And let's see, stop sharing this one. And I'm going to get a different one. So she not only writes these books, but she writes about, let's just find the thing. She writes about her writing. So she has fantastic writing. This is her site, creativepenn.com. She has fantastic, you can make this, see if I can make that bigger. I don't know. All right. She's got fantastic books on how to write, all kinds of books about how to write. So that's one way she has taken her writing and expanded it, and basically giving you the tools and the knowledge she's learned about how she writes. So that's kind of cool, and I highly recommend you go and check out her stuff, and her books are fantastic. I have used them. She's really spot on. She's just a great story writer and a great information writer about writing. But then she did something kind of cool. I got this email. Let me go back to here. I had received this email today, just a few minutes ago. I was just checking my email, and I received this email right here. Here it is. And it's an email from Joanna Penn. I'm on her mailing list, and the subject line is called Medieval Abbey Ruins, Pilgrimage is out now, plus cover what you prefer to my short story. So this is an email supporting a new book that she has written, which basically talks about her travels on 3 different long distance walks. She likes to go on these long distance walks. I do the same thing in camp. So she's done a couple of them in England, and then one of the Santiago in Spain, the Santiago, I get the right name here. The Camino de Santiago in Spain. So in Spain, or northern Portugal and France, that one there. So I've done one of the Portuguese walks, not that one. I've done a different one, and I've also done a walk across England. I did it earlier this summer. So this email came about this book that she's doing. So this is taking her book and fiction books. Basically, she goes on these trips, she kind of learns about the areas, and then she writes fiction stories about it. This is advertising a Kickstarter campaign that she's doing for this book. Very, very, very cool. So let's go take a look at that. I'm going to go show you this. I have 2 windows, so I have to keep flipping between the 2 here. Let's get this up here. Window. I just want to show you this because it is really cool, and she incorporates many of the things that I talk about. So I have done these kinds of things too, and I have also created books, but just one-off books. So this is a book I had done on Joaquin's Hadrian Wall. This is just a Shutterfly book that I had produced. I sort of loosely thought I could publish this on Amazon or do something, but it's just the book of my travels on this trip. I had my little patch here, so I did that. I've also traveled around the United States a lot, and I had created this book, which I did at Staples. And this was just another travel book that I had put together. Never really getting it up to the Amazon and publishing it, but just sort of putting it together. So let's look at what she's done here, because it's pretty cool. So this is her site. It's a Kickstarter site. I think she's either trying to raise $10,000 or she's got $1,200 at the moment. So whatever it is she's going to get, that's what she's going to get. She does her little intro video, but let's just scroll down. This is her book, J.F. Penn Pilgrimage, and Lessons Learned from Solo Walking 3 Ancient Ways. So this is very, very cool. I think she did, says down here a little bit what she did. So there's the book, and she's just raising money to help print the book. And so you can read a sample chapter. This is very well done. Opening chapters. It's just her and her trip, us traveling all these ways. So these are where she went. Pilgrim's Way in Southwark Central Cathedral in London to Canterbury in Kent. And then this one, St. Cuthbert's Way in Scotland. And then she did a Camino de Santiago. And I only learned that there are actually 6 or 7 of these. I have one sort of slated, 2024, somewhere up in there, 2025. So there's just pictures of her walking and the specs about the book, places that she's been, right? So it's just, she's taking her writing, fiction writing, but she's added a product on because of that writing. She has been to all these places and she's writing about it. Table of contents, and a little bit about who she is. She's written all these books. So all the ones at the top up here, those are all her nonfiction how-to write books, and anything I've ever read of hers has been fantastic. And then these are her fiction books that she writes. So that's pretty cool. She's doing a Kickstarter campaign, and then she has options as well about the book, blah, blah, blah. And then she's also doing, there's an ebook version of it. This is what you say, you take one piece of content and spread it out to lots of places. This is the audio version. She's narrated the book. She's bundled it with a bunch of stuff. So there's different packages that she's put together. You can do this with all of your books, especially with like using like a site like Gumroad or something like that. You can add a PDF, you can add audio, and not even have to deal with Amazon or any of that stuff. Special edition paperback that looks like mine. I have my boots and all that kind of stuff. And then she has a large print edition. She's given all the options. She has a workbook. We talked about a workbook. Remember, this summit that I'm doing, my thing I'm giving away is my workbook on how to make a workbook. And that's if you sign up. The link's actually in the link in the post. But that's what she's doing. Look at this. This is the workbook. I mean, how workbooks are so simple to make, and you can add them on. There's a PDF book. So there's a physical one. And then the PDF one, I've learned that PDFs work really great. Writing setting, place online course. She's put in all the different products and things that she has. And then she can bundle it with her existing books, with her nonfiction books and how to write books. She can bundle it with e-versions of her other books. So as you start to expand and start to do things, this can be very, very powerful tool that you can do. So look at these bundles. It's all here. Lessons learned, questions, and if you'll notice down the side, become all the different levels of support. So let's just go down here. There's a 10 pound one. I think I still call them pounds. Pledge 12, pledge 12, pledge 18. There's 20. There's 30. There's 60. 25 backers on that one. Look at, she's got all the different, look at these, just go on. Pledge 300, you can get a consulting call. You can do your book, release your book for 350 pounds. That's about $400 right now. I think it's around there. You can get a 90-minute consulting call. That's a pretty cool thing to add on as a bonus for the book. So you can learn how to do all this yourself. So anyways, so this is an extremely good example of how somebody is taking their fiction writing and expanding it out into lots of different other product ways to do it. So I'm sure she's doing this partly as a test and partly is to make some money and partly is just because she does all kinds of things like this. So, all right. So there we go. Do that. So love to see you on the seminar. sign up. The thing is up above. You can get my guidebook for the workbook, and it's in the link. So you can just go get that and download it. It's free, and you can learn how to make your own workbook. And maybe you can sort of build your own Joanna Penn thing. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.